Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review on this new CoverGirl foundation. This is the CoverGirl TruBlend Matte Made foundation. Look at my face. Spoiler alert, this foundation is already looking amazing. I do have some thoughts on it. I also gave you some thoughts on this new concealer from CoverGirl. I haven't tried a new drugstore foundation in a really long time. So when I got this in the mail, I was really excited to try it out. They came out with 40 shades, which is insane for a drugstore brand. I feel like the drugstore is usually lacking the most on the shade range. So CoverGirl did not come to play. They're all labeled as well. So we've got the M for medium. I usually fall in the medium range, L for light, T for tan, and D for deep. So a really easy way to find your shade. There are so many to choose from, so many different undertones. So we're gonna just hop right in and check this out. If this is your first time on my channel, what's up and welcome. My name is Kate. I'd love for you guys to click subscribe down below. Also, don't forget to turn on the bell for post notifications. You don't want to miss any of my future uploads, so make sure you are notified. And if you guys want to see my thoughts on this foundation, how it applies, how I applied it, the whole situation, then just keep watching. I have a few shades lined up right here that I have swatched that possibly would work for me. I think the one I'm going to end up going for is the M70 shade. So real quickly before we put this on, just a little bit about it. It is a matte foundation. They say it is a comfort matte and transfer resistant. So we're going to test that out, of course. Oil free. There is a pump, which, hello for a drugstore. Good looking out, CoverGirl. I'm just going to take off the face makeup so that obviously I'm nice and clean and ready to go for this foundation to try out. Makeup wipes I'm using are just the Costco Kirkland makeup wipes. They're really good. They smell a little bit strong. I'm not like crazy about the way they smell, but they work really good. I think I am going to do this like a wear test. I've got some plans today. I'm going to be out outside, so I think that's going to be kind of a good test to see how this does. It's already 75 and it's like early in the morning. I'm just gonna pull this back so it's out of my face. Alright, this dew is not meant to be like super pretty. It's meant to be super functional. Okay, so obviously I've never used this before. I'm just going to pump a little bit out on the back of my hand. We'll see. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna go with 2. I feel like that's a good number to start with. Forgot I was gonna use some of their primers. So this was sent to me in PR. This is not a sponsored video though. I'm not being paid to do this. This is their CoverGirl Skin Smoothing and Pore Minimizing. There were a couple other ones that came in PR, but these are the ones that would probably work best for me. I'm gonna try a little bit of the Pore Minimizing, this purple one, and just put that on places where I would usually use a pore primer. Oh my gosh, it smells really good. It smells kind of like cucumber melon. I'm not noticing like a huge difference with this. It's doing something, but it's not like the most intense pore filling primer I've ever used. Also, life hack, if you guys want like a super smooth highlight, I always put a little bit of the pore filling primer like where I would highlight, because it kind of fills in those pores and also smooths over any texture you have in that area. So your highlight always looks super poppin'. Cool, that smells really good. Like I said, not the most intense pore minimizing situation I've ever used. We'll see when I get the makeup on. So I just have my beauty blender. It is clean, even though it doesn't look perfectly clean. I'm just going to bounce that in. The color looks like it's blending with my neck really well. For those of you new here, I do self-tan. So my face is always a little bit lighter than my neck. Look at the difference so far. Okay, CoverGirl. This is blending out so flawlessly too, like really easy. It's not like a super duper full coverage. I would say it's like medium, but you can definitely build it. Okay, so here are the new concealers. I don't have any like paperwork on these. They sent them a little while ago. I'm not seeing anywhere on this container that says the shade. Hopefully I'm not just like missing it and looking like an idiot, but I don't see a shade on here. These are in this little like clicky pen. This is like my least favorite way to apply concealer. If the concealer is good, I'll live. It's just not my favorite. I prefer to just swipe it on real quick and call it a day. This I feel like gets very messy. I never know how long to click it for. In the beginning you have to click it for like 12 years, and then you get like a fountain that doesn't turn off if you've gone too far. We're going to try this out and see. So this color looks pretty good. Probably gonna add a little bit of the even lighter color. This is like not even coming out in the middle of the pen. You know how it usually comes up like through the bristles? It's coming up on the side. I just don't like these pens. You know, that's just what it is. It might be a good product, but these just annoy me. The foundation looks like it has dried down a little bit darker. I don't know if it's gonna oxidize or if it just has like an immediate like dry down difference in color. Obviously I'll let you guys know. A little bit of this lighter shade too, just under my eyes to brighten it up a bit. All right, this one. She's wanting to take her sweet time. Hello, coverage. It has been sitting for just a minute. Learned that tip from our girl JACLYN. Ever since I started letting my concealer set for a minute, game changer. This looks so good. The drugstore is doing good, don't get me wrong, but they haven't been doing this good. Like this looks really, really, really good. Since I'm gonna be going out and living my best life in the heat today, I am gonna go ahead and set it with some powder. I'm just gonna use my Too Faced powder and set. So we don't want any creases. A little bit like right here, so I don't get any like smile lines. Set the mustache. Alright, so I'm done with the foundation. I'm gonna hop off and finish the rest of my makeup. If you want to see whatever look I come up with, I am doing like an Instagram video simultaneously with this one. So I'll have that posted somewhere around the same time as this video. Whatever look I come back with will be a little tutorial on Instagram. Okay, so this is the look. I'm done. I'm obsessed. You guys, I haven't worn it all day yet. I can't say how it's gonna wear, but it feels so good, and just like my skin looks amazing. So I have some bronzer, blush, highlight. Obviously I did this whole look. Tutorial will be on my Instagram. I used the Nudie Patootie palette from Miss Laura Lee. I've been loving this lately. I've used it several times. This turned out to be quite a look for a girl who's about to go to Walmart. So anyway, at this point, I'm done with my face and we are just going to go about my day. Test it out. I'm gonna bring my vlog camera with me so I can check in with you guys and let you know how it's wearing. But as of now, flawless, obsessed. The drugstore and CoverGirl came to snatch our wigs. Woo! So excited. This might be like my new foundation. I don't know. Is it too early to say that? Quick little check-in. I'm looking pretty glowy. I'm hot. I've got lots of plants back here. It's coming off around my mouth. I'll update on that in a little bit. It has been so hot and very, very humid today, so I'm quite impressed with how this is held up. Hey guys, okay, so it is time for my final check-in. This got a little bit messed up, and let me tell you why. So I had my vlog camera with me. My parents ended up borrowing my car on the night that I was filming this, and my vlog camera was in that car with my SD card. So I wasn't able to do the check-ins the way I wanted to. However, I wore this foundation a full 12 hours, and I kid you not, the foundation looked the same at the end of the night when I took it off as the last check-in. So I do have a few notes on the foundation. Since the end of it didn't work out exactly how I had planned, I decided to take the liberty to try it out for a few more days since the video kind of got all wonky, and so I can give you a little bit better of a review. So I've worn this for about 4 or 5 days straight. I can't remember exactly, but I've worn it every single day for 4 or 5 days, and so I definitely have some thoughts and opinions on the product. So the first thing, this color didn't end up being right for me. This is the M70. That's exactly what I used in the first part of this video. I've come to find that M30 works a lot better, and here's why. So initially there is like a little bit of a dry down difference in color, meaning that you'll apply the foundation, it will go on one color when it's wet, and then immediately as it sets to your skin, it dries down just a slight bit darker. The other part to that is I did feel like this color in particularly oxidized throughout the day. So at my last check-in, it was looking pretty rough. It was looking very like almost muddy looking on my face, so that color was not right. Once I figured that out, I just started kind of judging my opinion on the longevity of the makeup, and that was undeniable. That was very, very impressive. It was like 80% humidity here, and it was like up in the 90s, so it was very hot, very humid, very sticky, and I was sweating like profusely through the foundation the whole day. The other part of it is a lot of it came off around my mouth. I was wearing like lip gloss, and then I also went out to lunch with my mom. I had some like salmon kebabs, so it was kind of a messy meal, and then I also had a Greek salad. So there was like that oil and vinegar dressing getting all over, and kind of, I mean, I'm not that sloppy of an eater, but it did kind of get around my mouth, and I'm assuming the oil kind of broke it up a little bit. But everywhere that was not affected by like profuse sweating or food held up really great. So my cheeks, this part on my forehead, all throughout here. When I'm testing a foundation, I can always tell if it's going to be long wearing by the way it wears on my nose. If something breaks up on my nose, I will like never touch it again. That's one of the most annoying things. The nose is like right in the middle of your face, and I feel like when you're talking with someone or looking at someone, if the foundation is like all jacked up on your nose, I don't know, that's like an insecurity of mine, I guess. So I don't touch stuff that messes with my nose. I wore this for 2 days because I was thinking maybe the color was just affected by the heat. I also cream contoured with this product, which I love. It's the LA Girl Pro Conceal. That is a pretty dark contour, so I was like, maybe I just got that a little bit too dark and it didn't have enough contrast with the other. I don't know, I went through a million scenarios. So I wore M70 the first 2 days that I wore this and realized that color just wasn't it for me. M30 is actually perfect. That's what I have on right now. I feel like that color just matches perfectly. The other thing that I really like about this is you can do one layer and it looks like Your Skin But Better kind of foundation. It's very light, it's almost undetectable, but it gives you a really nice coverage. If you're in the mood for that kind of look, you can do that. You can also build it up and get like a full glam kind of beat like I have right now. So I've got 2 layers of this foundation on. It layers up perfectly, which is great because a lot of matte foundations don't layer well. This particular one does. I've used it with a few different face products. Right now what I have on is the Beauty Bakery Flower Setting Powder. I've worn it with the Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder. I didn't notice a huge difference between those two. They both worked really good. Today I am wearing it with a different concealer. I'm not like, I don't hate this concealer, but it's also not my favorite. It's just a little bit more sheer than what I like and what I'm used to. This was the CoverGirl one that I tried out in the first part of this video. What I'm wearing today is my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is my jam right now. I'm really loving it. That's kind of my go-to concealer of choice right now. All things considered, the first day, I would say it held up. I don't know why I'm doing all of this. It held up very good. I thought it looked pretty nice given the fact that the color ended up being very wrong for the way it oxidized. Also, I was sweating a lot, so all things considered, it wore very well. The past couple of days have been a lot more low-key. Today has just been like an editing day for me, so I haven't been doing much. I've been outside a little bit, but I've mainly just kind of been inside on the computer, and I've had this on for a little while now, and it still looks flawless. Let me know what you think. What did you think about my check-in? It was a little bit rough, I'm not gonna lie. We were oxidized, we were sweaty, we were kind of a hot mess. We were like maybe 7 hours in at that point. Like I said, I did wear it for a full 12 hours, and I promise my last check-in, it looked exactly the same by the end of the day. So it was pretty crazy. A good experience. I've been wearing this a ton. I love it. It's literally my new go-to right now because not only does it photograph and video record beautifully, but it looks so amazing in person. I have a lot of foundations that look really, really great on camera, but just look way too thick and cakey in person. So they're kind of reserved for filming only. This one is just one that I feel like I can wear literally any day for any occasion because it goes on so nice with one layer. It'd be a great like every day, just throw it on, go out for the day and do your thing. Or like I said, you could glam it up a bit with a couple layers or even just one if you like a little bit more of a natural look. So those are my thoughts on this foundation. Have you tried it? What do you think about it? Let me know. Also, amazing shade range. Round of applause for a good shade range. Everybody else take notes. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!